Hello, Tyne. Today I want to talk about how I made all of my goals so much easier to achieve. Working out more, saving money, losing weight, eating better, trying to learn Japanese, finding a job quickly, and so much more, all lined up with just this one thing. I've always been someone who is motivated by big, unrealistic goals. For a while, it was having my book be so popular that it had a Harry Potter-like theme park based off of it. And so I had all of my goals line up so that eventually I could achieve it. I would write every day. I went to college for design, for sets and whatnot, and then I got a job in the industry so that I'd be able to design the amusement park, and I was working my way up. And then one day, my emotions just stopped working. I had no drive to do anything. My goal was dead. I no longer believed in it. Either reality just came and punched me in the face, or something happened that I no longer had any drive to do anything. It took me 5 or so days to even drag myself to a therapist to ask them what is wrong with me, what happened. And I talked with them for only 20 or something minutes explaining what was wrong, and they said, "We have no idea. There's nothing we can do. We don't know what it is. All we can do is put you on antidepressants." And I knew that I wasn't depressed in the traditional way because I've been depressed before. This was something different. This was where I was disconnected from my goals and no longer had the drive to do anything at all. So what did I do in order to put tons of motivation back in myself and start achieving all of these goals that I've been thinking about for so long? Well, I created another unachievable goal for myself. What I suggest that you do is find something that you've been talking about doing forever, something you really want to do and are really passionate about, and put a time on it. For me, that was going to Japan. And I've always thought it was completely out of my budget. It was nonsense for someone straight out of college to just go off on vacations. But the thing I'm passionate about is adventure. And if I have my way with things, this is going to turn into an adventure YouTube channel. I'm going to do a work away as soon as the lease is up on this apartment. Maybe I'll be gone for a month, maybe I'll be gone for 2 months. But if I'm going to do that, all of my other goals have to be in line for me to achieve it. I found that that has made it so much easier for me to stick to my goals of learning Japanese, to start saving money, and in order to save money, I've had to budget what I'm going to eat, and in order to do that, I've been making meal plans, and making meal plans has made it easier for me to be in a good mood all the time, and stick to my workouts, and wake up at a decent time, and it's made me really motivated to go out and get a job, and I've just done a lot recently. 1. Start with a big unachievable goal. Figuring out the one thing that you really want to do will change everything else for you. If you really decide and put a smart goal in place, then it's going to make it so that everything else has to fall in place, and it's going to make your motivation get way up there. Because sure, maybe you spend an extra $5 and you break your budget, and then you go out and you buy some junk food, and then you get depressed, and so you don't want to job search anymore, and then all of your goals are broken down. But then you can go back to this mental picture of really wanting to get this Tesla, or go to Africa, or whatever you have the goal of doing. It's really about finding what you're passionate about and making it so that all of your other goals flow in line in order to reach that big one. 2, line everything up so that you can achieve it. In order to get to Japan, I have to save a pretty big amount of money, and I don't have much money to my name right now. It's not nothing. I can pay my rent, I can eat, I've had less money to my name, but I need a job and a budget. So the first thing I did was create a budget. I went through and wrote out everything that I spent for September, October, and then could use that to predict my budget for November. And then I said, if I used all of my money, either put it in savings or student loans, everything that was left, how much could I put towards going on the trip? I said I could put almost $400 into student loans and almost $400 into savings and have $300 to my name. That sounds great, but in order to do that, I need to have a job that's going to pay for everything in December. I also put a decent amount of money into food, more than I'd spent either last month or the month before that. And so I decided that I'm going to round up to spending $100 a week on food, which seems reasonable to me for some reason. But in order to save more money, I created a meal plan day by day with exactly what I was going to eat and then a grocery list, so I only go to the grocery store once and I only spent $50 even though I budgeted $100. That's going to free up more money for me to go on more adventures. If you can make all of your goals line up, it's going to make it a lot easier for you to stick to all of them. One of the ways that I've been able to save so much money is by saying, if I'm going to be in Japan for a couple months, I probably shouldn't be buying stuff because then I'm just going to have to put it in storage. So I'm not going to buy any more big furniture pieces or anything like that. I'm not going to get a cat. Maybe I'll get a mouse or some birds or something that has a shorter lifespan. When I say birds, I mean like finches, not parrots. And so that will line up with my goal easier. And last but not least, 3. Break it down into actionable steps. And I realized saying just get a job was easy to say but really hard to do, so I had to break it down into little things. On day 1, I journaled for 15 pages. I got out everything that I wanted to look for in a job, all those kinds of things. Day 2, making my resume for each specific type of job that I picked out. Day 3, going to get my resumes printed, getting my hair cut. And then day 4, walking around handing out resumes. I made a list of places I was applying and how many resumes I printed out to hand out. I made a list of online jobs that I could apply for and online jobs that I could do. I'm gonna be putting myself on Fiverr, on Upwork as a virtual assistant and writing coach. I decided that I'm going to be making more YouTube videos, putting out more blog posts until I'm hired, because those are things that will eventually turn into more money. So I need to treat day to day right now like I have a job. And so with any goal, you can break it down into little actionable steps, something for you to do every day to get closer to that goal. And if all of your individual goals are lined up properly, then one should lead to another should lead to another, which will make it really hard to break the chain. Tyne, that's all I have for you today. I hope this helped. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.